Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge is told that Taylor is dying. On the Bold and the Beautiful occasion that airs on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, Ridge is devastated by the news of Taylor's health, while Brooke speaks to Steffi about Ridge's commitment. Ridge accompanies Taylor to the Croker. Ridge is present at the Croker's office for Taylor's discussion. Taylor can't hide the verity from him presently, and Ridge is told of Taylor's prognostic. Love General Hospital, B&B, Days or other detergents? Join the discussion on our SC boards. Click then to connect with suckers and dive into conversations now. Of course, Ridge is devastated by the news. But what will he do about it? He can't fix Taylor, but he can get her all of the medical help possible. In the meantime, there's no mistrustfulness that Ridge will be part of Taylor's support system. The question is, will he let Brooke in on Taylor's secret, or will Brooke start to be concerned about the quantum of attention that Ridge is giving Taylor? If Brooke knew of Taylor's condition, she might offer to step out of the way. Taylor's Croker has a familiar face. When Taylor told Lee that she had been told she was dying, Lee appertained her to a cardiologist to get an alternate opinion. On Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, Cassandra Creech reprises her part as Dr. Grace Buckingham. Part of the Buckingham family, Grace is the mama of Zoe and Paris, Thomas Forrester's fiancée. Taylor is related to the children of both of her Crokers, whom she has asked to keep her opinion private. But with Ridge present for her discussion, the rest of the family may soon know. Still, Taylor may be suitable to calculate on Dr. Buckingham to be suitable to keep her sequestration further than others. Brooke claims her home. With Taylor back in LA, Hope tried to gauge Steffi's interest in undermining Ridge and Brooke's relationship. Steffi said she wouldn't intrude but knew that Taylor would always love Ridge. Of course, Steffi would rather see her parents back together, but that doesn't mean she'll manipulate the situation. Meanwhile, Brooke and Taylor had a heart-to-heart discussion, and Brooke was confident that Taylor wasn't in city to go after her man. Brooke doesn't really have a reason to stake her ground with Steffi if she's as confident as she claims. Still, on Tuesday, Brooke tells Steffi that Ridge is committed to their relationship and not interested in Steffi's mama. Taylor's opinion shatters Ridge. Ridge is shocked to learn Taylor has heart failure. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, October 1st, exercise that Ridge is fully eviscerated when he learns that Taylor is dying of heart failure. He must be in a state of shock and unbelief, allowing that the Crokers made a mistake. Steffi seizes the occasion to tell Brooke how important Ridge loves Taylor. Still, Brooke reminds her that Ridge is committed to her, not Taylor. There's a complicated love triangle resurfacing on B&B, and you don't want to miss a nanosecond of the drama. In hero mode, Ridge has been acting in flight or fight mode since chancing Taylor unconscious on the bottom. Fortunately, he made it to the sanitarium in time to help her. Still, Ridge is in for a bigger shock when he learns what's really wrong with Taylor. How could his vibrant ex-wife be dying of heart failure? It's lower than a time since Ridge survived the near-death health extremity of his father, Eric. Now, he's hit with the possible loss of another one of the most important people in his life. However, it'll come clear if Taylor was doubtful of Ridge's true passions for her. Ridge may not be romantically involved with Taylor presently, but the possibility of her dying is ruinous to him. Ridge's heart. Ridge isn't only concerned for himself, he knows what this woeful news will do to his son, Steffi. She was overjoyed to have Taylor back in city and did all she could to move her to stay. Ridge will have to comfort Steffi once she finds out about this heartbreaking news herself. Now, Steffi is busy asserting Taylor's place in Ridge's life to his current love, Brooke. Last week, Steffi had started that dialogue with Hope, trying to get a rise out of her by saying how important Ridge will always love Taylor. This week, Steffi continues that instigative sluice of aloud with Brooke herself. Of course, Brooke is used to this and won't let Steffi get the better of her. Brooke snappily reminds Steffi that Ridge is with her, not Taylor. Still, that could each change. Will Ridge's fidelity start to shift as he thinks Taylor has little time left to live? In the Forrester salon, Ridge saw Taylor collapse, taking the curtain separator with her as she fell. He rushed to her side and called out to her. Taylor recaptured knowledge, and Ridge began to call for an ambulance. Sitting up, she stopped him. Ridge claimed, but Taylor refused and advised him not to upset Steffi by telling her what had happened. Ridge remained upset, and Taylor assured him that she'd formerly been checked out. Belting his jacket around her, he asked what was going on. Taylor explained that she had seen a croaker in Europe, and she prompted him not to worry about her, averring she could take care of herself. Ridge demanded to know what Taylor was talking about. She admitted that she'd endured many of those occurrences ahead. When he asked what was wrong, Taylor revealed that she had heart failure. "I don't have long to live. I'm dying, Ridge. I'm dying," she confessed. In Eric's office, Finn comforted Steffi that Hope wasn't on his radar and that he only had eyes for his woman. Finn prompted Steffi not to worry about Hope. Steffi, still, claimed that nothing would stop Hope from gaping. Love General Hospital, B&B, Days, or other detergents? Join the discussion on our SC boards. Click then to connect with suckers and dive into conversations. Now Eric arrived, agitated after the live performance before, believing it would be great for Brooke's line. He mentioned that he hadn't seen Ridge that motivated in a long time. Steffi suggested it was because of Taylor, who had an impregnable heart and spirit. Finn, Eric, and Steffi all spoke fondly of Taylor. Eric conceded Ridge's deep passions for Brooke, but refocused out that Ridge and Taylor participated in an unbreakable bond. Steffi agreed, saying her parents would be connected until their last breaths. Latterly, after Eric had left, Finn remarked that Taylor's presence had a positive effect on Steffi, who sounded more predicated. Steffi expressed how priceless it was to have her mama around and said her family felt perfect, with Thomas in Europe and Ridge with Brooke. Still, she claimed that her parents, Thomas, and she were still a family, and nothing could change that. She no way wanted to be piecemeal from her mama again. In the design office, Hope told Carter that the bedroom line was her mama's thing, but Carter believed a crossover could help HFTF reignite interest. Hope chortled, embarrassed that Carter had allowed about her in lingerie. He joked that it was good for business, but he snappily apologized for overpassing. Hope fooled that it was nice to know someone was allowing of her in lingerie, considering how long it had been for her. Carter was surprised and chortled. Hope recalled that the last person who had seen her in lingerie was Thomas, who had also moved to another mainland. Carter remarked that it was the curse of office loves, commodity he understood each too well. Hope reflected on Carter's affair with Quinn. "And look how that turned out," Carter said, admitting that hurting people had been the biggest remorse of his life. Eric entered, searching for a couture sketch from Zend. He expressed his admiration for Brooke's before photo session. Looking at Carter, Hope emphasized that Brooke was the stylish at modeling lingerie. After Eric left, Carter expressed surprise that Eric had forgiven him for the Quinn affair. Carter stated that office loves weren't wise. Hope agreed, saying it was a bad idea to get involved with her lead developer. Bad idea. No way again. No way, she said, smiling at Carter. Carter reiterated that office loves shouldn't be, indeed if two seductive people were involved. Hope playfully dismissed the idea, saying it was dangerous and parlous. Carter moved closer, and Hope sounded nervous with him in her space. Turning the discussion back to her in lingerie, she said she'd suppose about it. "I'll suppose about it, too," Carter replied. Hope dropped a fabric belt, and when they both knelt to pick it up, their hands touched as Carter handed it back to her. At Il Giardino, Katie enjoyed lunch with her son. Will was eager to talk about his father's offer for conciliation. Katie asked how he felt about it, but Will claimed his main concern was her happiness. He questioned whether she allowed. Bill was sincere. Katie conceded that Bill had worked on himself, and she believed he meant what he said, currently. Will affirmed that away from his kiddies, Katie was the stylish thing that had happened to Bill, who had torn the family piecemeal with his affair with her family. Katie remarked that there were numerous extenuating circumstances, and it had been a long time ahead. Will assured her that he didn't need his parents to be together and didn't want her to take Bill back for his sake. Katie tasted that Will's relationship with Bill was strained. Will admitted that part of him respected his father, but he wished Bill could be a better illustration. Will didn't suppose he was anything like his father, who, in Will's eyes, loved chasing women and tearing down companies. He felt Katie had exfoliate too numerous gashes over Bill, and at some point, enough was enough. As Katie and Will's lunch ended, Katie was glad Will had expressed his passions. Will mentioned easing back into his relationship with Bill, who forgot that Will wasn't a child presently. Katie reminded him that no matter what, he'd always be her baby. Will confessed that when Bill had betrayed Katie, Will had felt betrayed, too. Katie didn't believe Bill would hold Will's passions against him. Will assured her he wouldn't hold a grudge. She emphasized the significance of continued communication. As they stood to leave, Will blazoned that he was transferring seminaries, feeling that home was where he demanded to be. Katie was thrilled but hadn't wanted to get her expedients up. Will explained that he demanded to be there to cover her. Katie hugged him tightly.